those values which are treated and assumed to be universal today are not universal simply because they have been artificially imposed and universalized. And strictly speaking, when a universal value is sought to be formulated or framed, at the very least, there must be more than one participant on the table who basically contributes to that particular idea. If the West formulates a principle and chooses to call it universal and imposes it on everyone, that doesn't make it a universal value. So what I've clearly said is that in the formulation of objective universal benchmarks and yardsticks when it comes to ethics or everything else under the sun, at the very least, we as a civilization must have a seat at the table where we are in a position to put forth our point of view. From equality to rationality to neutrality to the formation of the state to gender rights to human rights to nature and religion and language policy, everything. If someone sitting in Europe or in, let's say, United States or let's say the West, so to speak, decides for the rest of the world, how on earth would you call it universal? So let's look at it this way. When it comes to Bharat, we constantly make the statement, Delhi Bharat nahi hai, Bharat Delhi nahi hai. That you're not supposed to formulate the policy for the rest of the country, assuming that the rest of the country is like Delhi. If that is your position with respect to formulation of policy within the country itself, how can we accept formulation of universal values by one particular country or one particular race or one particular society, which really has no understanding of society, and most importantly, looks at your society as an inferior, barbaric, savage society, which needs to be educated, reformed, and civilized? If that is the tendency, that means fundamentally your position has zero respect. Your existence has zero respect. You're seen as a barbarian who needs to be constantly reformed out of its identity. So your existence itself is seen as an abomination or a deformity, so to speak, as a blot on the face of the earth, which needs to be rectified through the civilizing lens and the tendency of the colonizer. That is the precise issue.